Season 14 launched earlier this week, and much to my dismay, it launched a bit buggy and a few of the features were cut from the release of the season. While I did end up with egg on my face by releasing a video for an update that hadn't come out yet, I do apologise profusely for that. Let's cope some more about Season 14. Firstly, the issues with Season 14. Mimic darts have been delayed to a future Season 14 patch, something we all expected due to a hush-hush nature regarding them, but very last minute, ledge hanging and then the traps were removed from the build due to potential game-breaking bugs linked with them. This is likely what also caused the extended server downtime. Lo and behold, Season 14 starts and a few legendary bugs make an appearance. You know what they are. So we have missing features, more bugs than Animal Crossing, and an extra long downtime for the servers. How is this a good thing? To be fair, I think this is the kick up the arse needed to start dismantling the seasonal model for Sea of Thieves. Cutting the broken or unfinished features and bringing them back is the best possible thing they could have done. Rare could have gone and dropped all of the content, it would be buggy, and then people would moan. They could delay the season last minute, and then people would complain. Their best bet was cutting the bad features and bringing them back in a future patch. Well, this didn't go smoothly. To me, it just speaks volumes about the content cadence cycle for this game. Seasons have put unnecessary pressure on the teams working on the game to release something every 3 months. While that has indeed been the case this year, it's come with more problems than it's fixed since they were added in 2021. 2022 had 3 seasons and suffered massive delays. 2023 had 2 seasons and suffered even bigger delays, and when we have 4 seasons, the game is just in a really bad state, which sucks because the content this year has been really good. It's just been a bit poorly paced. The game needs to transfer to a different live service model, where small pieces of content are released often, and it's something that seriously needs to be considered. Case in point with Season 14, lots of people say it just doesn't feel like a new season. My review's tone is a bit off since it was framed around all these features coming out as anticipated, minus the Mimic Dart. I still stand by Season 14 being a robust set of features, but the expectations of these large content updates are just not healthy at this point for fans or devs. Now, with that in mind, it is exciting to know we'll have 3 mid-season features to look forward to, something we haven't had ever, unless you count the Monkey Island tall tales. Every patch before is just Emporium stuff and some bug fixes, the event here and there, and it kills the momentum so quickly. I'll propose one model that I ripped from another video that might not see the light of day at this point, but here's the segment from it. As a live service game, the game needs to feel a bit more, well, live. Rare's done this in the past with the Build Rat adventures, or even monthly updates, but we saw massive success in Season 6 when they spread out the content. Season 6 had 2 major content drops, the initial Sea Forts, then 6 weeks later, the Shrouded Deep Voyage and the Legend of the Veil update. This was also planned to be 3 months or so of content. It was the same level of content as any other season arguably, although it made the game feel so fresh. Season 6 was also supported by some awesome adventures, mainly Shrouded Deep and Lost Sands, with Shrouded Deep being the best one. I think Rare nailed the live service in 2022 before the big captaincy delay. Obviously, this wasn't sustainable. In this sense then, we'll take Season 13 as an example. Release the Burning Blade as is, along with the skeleton camps, but instead of dropping everything, save 2 small pieces of content for later on. Having the ability to stop rituals could have been saved for patch 1, which has players interact with the skeleton camps in a new way, with new rewards also tied to this. Then, for patch 2, the Obsidian Ashen Windskull is added to the Burning Blade, with a new cosmetic to earn and a new tool to try out, getting people to use the Burning Blade once again 2 months into a season. Conversely, the better idea would be just to have the content come out when ready, spread out evenly, and make the Season Pass and Plunder Pass separate on a 14-week rotation. We're on Season 14 now and it just sounds a bit ridiculous. Sea of Thieves felt most lively when we had the monthly updates. Some were big, some were small, but I got the feeling things came out when ready. This is even backed up by the point that we had a Pirate Emporium update 1 month, or Lost Treasures for example. In Season 14's examples, imagine if the content was just spread out evenly. We get Crouching, Disguises and the Ledge Hanging in 1 month. Month 2 is Harpoon, Gun and Blow Darts, then Part 3 is Murfruit and Traps. It doesn't even have to be this spread out, stuff could just come out when ready. 1 month we could have a decent amount of content, then next month it's Emporium and Gold Store, just like the monthly updates. As long as this would be communicated with a decent amount of time, I can't see any problem with this. Oh, and get rid of the whole insider NDA. I think that test servers need to be public, and they need to change the way rewards are given out to avoid people AFK farming just to get a piece of loot. We can surely miss out on some Emporium items to whack out another Silver Blade recolor. Yeah, you don't get sales, but you get people testing the game. which is infinitely more valuable. I was so bloody excited for Season 14, and as you can imagine, it just sort of ended up with you fuckers, rightfully, cooking me in the comments. I did leave the video up because I still share a lot of those opinions. It wouldn't be right to do a full 180 when Rare has done the right thing here. I'm a bit unsure about the future of the game, not content or the game dying wise, more so on how much left we physically can get in this game on a technical level. I would really love a fully fledged sequel or relaunch at this point. Hopefully the launch of Season 14 has caused the development teams to reapproach their live service. I think it's time just to get back into old story content.